Wow, 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 wow. Now, before I start this video, y'all, I thought I would go ahead and try something new here. Add a little flavor into my video presentation. So, just enjoy the music a little bit. I'll be mixing it up here and then. So, that way you get a little bit of entertainment. So, anyhow, you know me, guys. When somebody challenges me on my points, you know I don't back down. So, I definitely got to do this one right here. And this is going to be a pretty long and lengthy video. All right. Now, as y'all know, there's one idiot, the racist bitch over there who's now still tirading, complaining about the fact that the Marriaga and the Lomachenko fight is not getting the traction that he believes should get over Terrence Crawford and Julius Indongo. All right. Now, in that particular video, he claims that I dug myself a deeper hole by bringing up Kaiser Mabuza as more credible opponent that Dongo beat, as opposed to Marriaga's opponents that any of the guys that he beat in Colombia. All right. Now, let's make one thing clear. I'm not downgrading Marriaga. OK, no one's doing that. The only problem with this situation with Marriaga is, one, he's coming off a loss. Two, he's coming up in weight. And three, the guy's not rated in the top 10 as a featherweight. All right. He's ranked, 27th and 28th in the world. And this is a guy that Lomachenko is fighting. Now, as you can see, the slides before you, the first slide, you see a lot of people harassing and coming after Lomachenko for doing what he's doing. Okay. He's definitely not getting a pass. All right. You had one fight available. You had the Guillermo Rigondeaux fight available. Rigondeaux said that, look, if you don't have anybody available, I'll fight you. Okay. He passed up on the Rigondeaux fight, him and his team, all right? After they initially stated that, well, we'll only take the fight at 130, and then when Rigondeaux called out their bluff, they said, well, we don't make the fights. You got to talk to Bob Arum. Classic duck one-on-one. There's no excuses around it. You guys can come out and say that, well, or you and others can come out and say that, well, that fight doesn't make sense as much as you want to. But the fact is a duck, end of story. Case closed, all right? Now, on to the meat of the video. You said in your video that Miguel Marriaga is better than and Julius Indongo based on speculation. What kind of fucking statement is that? That makes no fucking sense. How can you say one guy's better than one guy based on speculation? What speculation? What are you talking about? All right. But then again, are you trying to backtrack what you initially said, that the reason why Marriaga is better than Julius Indongo based off the fact that he fought better level opposition even though he didn't win those fights? That's what you initially stated, but it seems like you're kind of backtracking from it because you have several of your commenters who support your stupid ass, who's not even backing you on this. They're even arguing against you. They're saying, look, you can't make a stupid ass comment by saying that Julius Indongo is not a better fighter than Miguel Marriaga. You can't say that. You cannot say that Miguel Marriaga is a better fighter than Julius Indongo. That makes no fucking sense. Okay. Now, you went on this video, you said that everybody was praising Nicholas Walters for beating Marriaga. I mean, who actually praised him for beating Marriaga? All people did was, from my recollection, is that, well, it was business as usual. Nicholas Walters was making a voluntary defense. I believe it was a voluntary defense, right? Yeah, it was a voluntary defense, or was a mandatory defense. It was one of the two. I can't recall. It was a stay busy fight. He didn't make the weight, unfortunately, so he lost the titles on the scales. All right. So no one praised Walters for doing what he did in that fight. All they said was, okay, you got through it. You put up an okay performance, but no one's calling Marriaga as a elite fighter. That no one said that. So you need to point out the videos and tell me exactly who the hell said that Miguel Marriaga is a elite fighter. Who the hell said that? All right. Now, I'm going to go down the list by list of all the things you said here. Okay? Now, Marriaga is better than anyone that Indongo fought. This is what you're claiming, right? This is what you're claiming, okay? Let me get into this, all right? Let me get into the meat of this, because based off your argument, this is where you fucked up. You're saying that one guy is better than the other guy who's actually won titles back-to-back against opponents which nobody thought he could beat in their home country and hostile territory, is going to another fight, the biggest fight of his career, in an undisputed championship fight, something we haven't seen in a decade, right? So you're saying that Marriaga is better based off the fact that he fought better level opposition. Let me go ahead and dig deep into this, okay? Because let me point out a fighter for you. Vladimir Klitschko, right? Vladimir Klitschko is an all-time great heavyweight. No question about it. No question about it. But let me bring out another fighter in that I can think of. Ricardo Mayorga, right? Ricardo Mayorga was a 2-division champion. He was a lineal and unified champion at welterweight, a beast at that weight class, and is a one-time super welterweight champion, light middleweight champion, right? And light welterweight. Well, throughout Mayorga's career, he fought Andrew Lewis, God rest his soul, RIP, took his title, knocked him out. He fought Vernon Forrest, knocked him out in an upset in his next championship fight, RIP, okay, and beat him in a rematch. Then after that, he fought Corey Spinks. He lost that fight for the undisputed welterweight championship. Then after that, he took a tune-up. He was supposed to fight Jose Rivera, but obviously that fight didn't come about because Mayorga didn't bother to make the weight for the fight. So, you know, they had to cancel it. It was the regular WBA title, which I don't really count that title. So he took a tune-up fight against Eric Mitchell, which, you know, he didn't really look too great in that fight because, in fact, he is coming up weight. He was fighting a way bigger man, so that's probably why he couldn't knock him out. But it is what it is. But after that, he fought Felix Trinidad, right? Hall of Famer, all-time great. Lost that fight, all right? He fought Oscar De La Hoya, all-time great, Hall of Famer. Lost that fight. He fought Fernando Vargas. He retired him. Great. After that, he fought Miguel Cotto, which was he fought Miguel Cotto. Actually, no, before that, he fought Shane Mosley, all-time great, soon to be Hall of Famer, right? After that, he fought Miguel Cotto, Hall of Famer, lost that fight. So Mayorga lost twice to Shane Mosley. He lost once to Miguel Cotto. He lost once to Oscar De La Hoya. He lost once to Corey Spinks, right? So by your criteria, by your standards, Mayorga is a better fighter than Vladimir Klitschko. Because Vladimir Klitschko hasn't fought any pound-for-pound fighters. He hasn't fought any all-time great heavyweights that we can think of. So, yeah, there you go. Let me bring up another guy, Jerry Cooney. Yeah, Jerry Cooney fought Larry Holmes. He didn't beat him. He fought Michael Spinks. He didn't beat him. He fought George Foreman. He didn't beat him. So, by your standards, Jerry Cooney is a better fighter than Vladimir Klitschko because Jerry Cooney fought better fighters than Vladimir Klitschko did. See, this is what happens when you make stupid ass comments like you just did, because now you dug yourself in a hole where I can nitpick and go back and say shit like this, okay? And you want to talk about Julius Indongo beating Tryanovsky and Burns is not more significant because those guys, while they were champions, they didn't fight anybody in the top 10, right? Okay. Well, first of all, you're wrong about one thing. You're half right and you're half wrong. Tryanovsky actually did beat somebody, okay? To claim that title. He beat Cesar Kayenka, who was 48-0. Like I stated in my last video, that you don't want to bring this up. I don't know why you keep avoiding the facts. Yeah, he beat Cesar Kayenka to capture the IBF light welterweight title. Okay, Kayenka was ranked number 3 in the world. All right, in case you didn't know who he was when Tryanovsky had took the strap off of him. All right. Now, as far as Ricky Burns is concerned, yeah, I'll give you credit for that. Yeah, he didn't fight anybody in the top 10 to get that title. Like I mentioned in my previous video, he fought Michel Dereco, who was rated number 1, who was the mandatory challenger to Adrian Broner's title. But, of course, Adrian Broner couldn't make the weight. So that's why the WBA set up that bout where Burns was coming up in weight for his first fight at light welterweight. Okay, no. Actually, that was his second fight because the fight before that, he fought Omar Figueroa. So anyways. So you're wrong about that. But speaking of guys not fighting guys in the top 10 while they're champions, I mean, didn't Lomachenko do that at featherweight? He fought 3 guys who were not rated in the top 10 after he beat Gary Russell Jr. for the vacant title. But if you want to nitpick that, I could do that to Lomachenko. Right? Yeah, I could do that, you fucking bitch. Now, what else did you say? First of all, you want to talk about Indongo didn't beat any elite fighters. Well, you know what? Let's put it this way. I'll admit that Burns and Tryanovsky are not considered elite, but they're very good fighters. But it does not dismiss the fact that Indongo was an underdog going into those 2 fights. He was an underdog against Tryanovsky 7-1. He was an underdog against Burns 3-1, and now he's a 6-1 underdog against Terrence Crawford, who's one of the best best fighters in the world. Okay? Now you tell me, who the fuck did Marriaga beat who's considered pound for pound? Rhetorical question. Nobody. How many world champions did he beat? Nobody. What's the result? No title wins at all. No wins in title fights. No title fights at all. I'm sorry, no wins in title fights. Julius Indongo, 2 world champions. Result? 2 wins in title fights. He's fighting a 3rd world champion, which could possibly be his 3rd win. in a title fight back to back to back in a hostile situation. Okay? Yeah, so with that said, Julius Indongo's beaten 3 world champions. Marriaga hasn't. None. 0. None. Okay? Again, nobody's diminishing the guy. The fact is that Lomachenko's picking a guy who, I have to repeat myself, who's not ranked in the top 10 as a featherweight, who's ranked 27th in the world, who's coming off a loss, for God's sake, and he's moving up in weight. I can't believe that anybody that's stupid enough was trying to defend this fight. If this is Andre Ward who's doing some shit like this, who's coming off a big win against Sergey Kovalev, and all of a sudden he wants to take a tune-up against Iniski Gonzalez, give him a title shot, a guy who's coming off a loss against Guzdik. So get the fuck out of here, man. If that was Andre Ward doing that, giving Iniski Gonzalez a title shot, you and others who don't like Ward so much will come all over, would come after him. Will come after him in an onslaught, and that's a fact. Okay? So, you want to diminish Kendall Holt. Okay, well, you know what? Kendall Holt actually beat David Diaz, the same guy that you guys give Pacquiao credit for beating. Right? He beat Ricardo Torres. So, yeah, you mentioned that he lost to Ricardo Torres, but why didn't you mention the fact that Kendall Holt beat him in a rematch? Huh? Yeah, why didn't you mention that? Well, in my opinion, it should have been the fight of the year, even though it lasted only 1 round, right? Yeah, when Ricardo Torres knocked him down twice, hurt him badly, then Kendall Holt came back and knocked Ricardo Lopez unconscious on the ropes and came back, got back his title, rightfully so, because he felt he was robbed from trying to get that title when he fought Lopez in Colombia, which was a very scandalous situation, if you ask me. So anyways, the whole point of me bringing up Kaiser Mabuza was the fact that Julius Indongo at least has a name. He has 3 names compared to Marriaga 0. At least before he fought Trianovsky and Burns, at least that name is much more significant than anybody that Marriaga has beaten in Colombia. All right? That's a fact. You can distort that all you want to, but that is a fact. And first of all, I knew about Kaiser Mabuza long before your ass did, okay? And first of all, I did have technical difficulties with my computer, okay? I was not looking at BoxRec, okay? I've had issues with this program when I'm recording on for the last few weeks now, okay? If you notice in my recent videos, I've always said, excuse me for the technical difficulties. I always do that. I've done that in the last few videos because I'm having a problem with this program, so I might have to update and get a new one. So I'll have to check into that, all right? Now, anyways, you claim that you knew Kaiser Mabuza before anybody else. There's 75% on this, that anybody knows on, there's 75% of the people that knows on this platform. I have a hard time believing that because, first of all, you couldn't name one opponent or one accomplishment that Sugar Ray Robinson has done in his career, even though you rate him as the 2nd best fighter of all time. Wow, okay, and you couldn't even name one fighter that Ezra Charles has beat, although you said that you seen his resume when we had that live hangout a year ago. Yeah, you don't want me to bring that up, do you? Do you? All right. Now, what else did you say? I don't talk facts? Really? Really? If I don't talk facts, then why didn't you mention that Lomachenko ducked Rigondeaux? Why didn't you mention that? Huh? As I stated that earlier in this video. Why didn't you mention that? But you want to focus solely on the Salido situation, which you are totally misrepresenting that particular story. Okay, first of all, Orlando Salido did not price himself out, number 1. Number 2, we all know, you and I both know, that the fact that Salido backed out of the fight because he initially did set the fight. He wanted the fight. But the problem is Lomachenko and his team were playing hardball there. They didn't want to give him time to recuperate from his hand injury, and they didn't want to give him time to get back in shape so he could make weight for the fight. All he asked was for a later date for the fight. Okay, from my recollection, he actually wanted it for August, but later in August, like around the end of August, but they didn't want it. They didn't want to budge on the date. So the thing is, the only logical sense is the reason why they didn't want to budge on it, because they want to catch Salido at a time when he's vulnerable. That's what they're trying to do, because they know damn well that that lone loss that Lomachenko has on his record is a cloud that's hanging over his career. It's not going to go away. Despite the fact you can diminish Salido all you want to. Yeah, he came overweight, but the fact is that Lomachenko didn't beat him. Yes, Salido fought dirty, but the fact is Lomachenko fought on. He fought on as hard as he could to win that fight. I commend him for that. But the fact is he didn't win. End of story. He lost that fight. So he's going to have to avenge it one way or the other. Okay? What else did you say? You said that I implied that Trianovsky and Burns are better than Valdez and Walters. First of all, I never said that, stupid. All right? I never implied that. the point is that you're giving credit for a guy. You're giving credit for Marriaga for fights that he didn't fucking win. All right? If you're going to do that, then you're going to have to concede to the fact that Ricardo Mayorga and Jerry Cooney is a better fighter than Vladimir Klitschko, if you're going to use that fucking criteria. You see how stupid that is? I could go further than that. Shit. I mean, goddamn it, you giving credits for fights that these guys didn't win. Man, get the fuck out of here, dude. That's crazy. It's fucking stupid talk. Alright? And don't sit here and pretend that you knew that Indongo was going to beat Burns and Trianovsky. Don't fucking pretend, because you know goddamn well, as I did, that we all didn't know that he was going to win both of those fights. Based off the fact that we didn't really know anything too much about him. He was still unknown after the Trianovsky fight. Alright? Just like that stupid claim you made that Holyfield, you knew that Holyfield would beat Tyson in the first fight. It's bullshit. That's bullshit, because I knew, I'll be honest with you, at that time, I asked around, nobody believed that Holyfield could win that fight. Nobody. Okay? Given the fact that Tyson was coming out of jail, yes, he lost 4 years out of his prime, but he was actually the fresher fighter of the two, based off the fact that Evander Holyfield has been more war-torn than fucking Mike Tyson. He's been in tough wars with Bo, Dokes, Kawi. I mean, come on, man. What the fuck you talking about? All right, the guy was coming back from a serious heart condition from a first retirement, a second run that people felt that he should have not taken. People felt that he should have stayed retired, but he defied all the odds. And you want to try to sweep that under the rug from Evander Holyfield? Fuck me, man. Fuck you, man. And you know what? You're pissing me off. But you know what? It's not about Evander Holyfield, man. It's funny that you say that he's one of your favorite fighters for the last 25 years, but yet you crap on his career at cruiserweight, and you crap on his career as a heavyweight, man. And you say some other stupid shit like he never beat an elite heavyweight. And you are fucking what? I mean, stay off the crack. Real talk. Stay off that goddamn crack. All right? Now, another stupid claim. You said that both Walters and Salido came overweight just to seek an advantage. Well, I mean, that's his fucking dumbass argument. First of all, if they were going to come overweight at the weight class that they fight in, then they would have done it multiple occasions and still fight at that weight class. When they came overweight, they paid a fine, end of story, and they moved up in weight, given the fact they could no longer make the 126 weight limit. So that's why they moved up. Okay? So, now, this is another dumb comment. This really confused me, because now you said that the Lomachenko-Marriaga fight will be way better than the Crawford and Indongo fight, but then again you say that, well, we'll see that if I'm proven correct or incorrect. What the fuck does that mean? Are you sure about that, or are you not sure about that? Because to me, now you're not too sure, given the fact that the backlash you're getting from your supporters about you supporting this stupid-ass fight by Lomachenko and Marriaga. Now, let's make this clear. This is boxing. Anything can happen in the sport of boxing. But the fact is that Lomachenko picked a guy who doesn't deserve a title shot, especially given the fact that he's coming off a fucking loss. Okay? If he somehow pulls it off, then that makes Lomachenko look very bad. It'll be a cherry pick that's gone wrong. That's the bottom line. And don't give me this crap that he could fight no one else at 130. Yes, the other champions were tied up. The Salido situation fell through. Rigondeaux was available. Rigondeaux was offered to take the fight, coming up 2 different weight classes, who is one of the pound-for-pound best fighters in the world. Takashi Uchiyama was available, and so was Francisco Vargas. Those guys were available to fight. But why didn't Lomachenko's team reach out to them? They didn't. No excuses for this fucking fight, all right? But it is what it is, all right? It is what it is. And by the way, I will crown Indongo pound for pound #1 after this win. I will stay to my word. I promise you that I would. And you watch me break it down in the video that I put up if he does win the fight. All right. So at the end of the video, you said that you weren't crapping on Indongo. Bruh, you spent 20 minutes of that video crapping on this dude's career. All right. That makes no fucking sense. And one thing you crapped on his level of opposition that he fought and beat, and now you're saying at the end of the video that you're not crapping on him. It's fucking stupid. Contradictory #1. Contradictory right there, man. Or actually contradiction. I mean, hey, but you're talking contradiction, so it's nothing new from you, so it is what it is. Alright. I mean, there's nothing else to be said about this, man. You fucking bitch. I'm out. Peace.